This is my backyard this morning. Look at all the ibis. These are not birds that you want in your backyard. We call them bin chooks. Bin as in trash, chooks as in chickens. Bin chooks, trash chickens. Definitely do not want a huge flock in my backyard. I'm going to have to go and shoo them away. I'll go and do that right this minute. G'day guys, welcome back. Now I've got my spinner out today, but I'm not doing a bloom, so don't worry for those that are over the blooms. I am going to do a ring pour, and I thought, when I started the blooms, I did the little squares and I tilted, which was fine. But then when I discovered the spinner, that was just a whole new experience. So the same thing with ring pours. I do a square because, it's a round circle, and then I pick it up and I tilt it. So I thought, well, if it works for a bloom, will it work for a ring pour? So I'm getting a lot of questions about people say, what lazy Susan do you have? It's not a lazy Susan. It's a cake decorator thingy. You put your cake on it, and then you can turn it as you're icing it. So it's one of those. It's not a flat lazy Susan. Yeah, it's just a standard size. And I've got foil on it just so that I can easily just peel the foil off if it gets grubby. And today I'm doing a 40 centimeter or 16-inch square canvas. I got my push pins in so that when I do pick it up, I can actually go and put it somewhere without it sitting, on the canvas. And that just fits quite nicely over like that. Look at that. Fits really well, doesn't it? Just fits in there. But I have got that little bit of tape just there to help it stick, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Still got plenty of room to spin it. So that's what I'm going to do. I've still got some of this pouring medium left that I made up. I can't even remember what I made it up for, but I've still got some in here. Floetrol, 400 grams. I think it's Liquitex Gloss Medium. I'm not sure what it is, but it's a gloss medium, 300 grams, Gake 800, 200 grams, and Liquitex Pouring Medium, 100 grams. You just don't want to use all Floetrol because your Floetrol makes cells. So if you put these things with it, it makes it kind of soft and glistening and shiny and smooth without hopefully too many cells. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing all blues today. So if I can get them up here. Navy. That's a navy, that's a phthalo blue, that's a deep cyan, cerulean, and white. All right, so don't all fall off, will you? The end one there is my phthalo blue with some black and a little bit of green. Sometimes phthalo blue can throw purple, so I add a little bit of black, a little bit of green. The next one is just plain phthalo blue. This one here is deep cyan, and that one is cerulean. Okay, so those are my colors. Let's put them back down here for a minute. Now what I'm going to do is, where do you think you're going? I'm going to bring the camera down. I'm going to put it on the side. I'm going to do a side shot close-up of me doing the ring, okay, so you can see. And I'm going to show you the consistency of my ring pour paint. So I'll just get started, get set up, I should say. Righto, how's that? Now let me see if I can show you my consistency, or is that going to be too dark? Hope you can see that. If I don't know, it's a bit dark, isn't it? Let me grab one of the others. How about that one? Just zoom in. Okay, so it's pretty thick. It's basically a 1-to-1 ratio with that pouring medium. but then I added another big scoop of paint, like that, big scoop. So I put 60 grams of pouring medium, which is 2 ounces, in my cups, and then I put 70 grams of paint in. Now, if I take a big scoop and lift it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it breaks, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how thick I've got it. Now, don't hold it up and go 1, 2, 3, 4, because, you know, it's not going to be the same. Actual seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe you could go 1 Mississippi. Oh, it's not doing it at the moment, but it was. So when you do your trace on the top, it's going to stay for quite a while. Much longer than the 3 seconds that I use for my flip cup pours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's probably gone. So yeah, it's much thicker. So hopefully that will help you. Okay, and make sure it's really thick. Now hopefully you'll be able to see me layer. Oops, we better focus again, hadn't we? I'm going to layer my colours. I'm going to go darkest to lightest, and I'm going to do 2 layers. I find that if I do 3 layers, my colours blend too much because the layers are each really thin. So if you want to see each colour, each ring, don't make them too thin, because you're not going to see them. All right, I'm going to go darkest to lightest. I'm going to pour in towards the spout. Save half for the next layer, and then the light blue and the white. I did make up a tiny little bit of extra of the navy just so that I could pop it on my corners. Stop spinning around. Is that still focused? Hope so. All right, now back to the navy. I'm going to just pop a little bit on each corner, and then I'll smooth that out. See how thick it is? It's just sitting there in a blob. I don't know, can you see that? Yeah, see, it's sitting there in a blob. There's a little bit of the navy left. I'm just going to scrape all this out now. So for this size canvas, I know that I need about 600 grams of mixed paint, which is 20 ounces. Okay, make sure that you've got enough. Stop spinning around. Can someone come and hold this for me, please? So yeah, you need a lot of paint. If you don't have a lot of paint or enough paint, you're just going to end up overstretching it. I don't know where it thinks it's going. Stop already. It's coming towards me. It loves me. I don't know why it's spinning though. Oh my gosh. All right, so that's that one. Next one, the lighter blue. I'll put my hand on top of the jug there to stop it. It's easy to use a jug with a handle and a spout. But if you're doing just a little pour, you could use a paper cup and then just pinch it to make a spout. And then my white. There we go. So the colour that goes in first is going to be the colour that comes out last and is going to make your centre. So in this case, it's going to be a white centre. You're really annoying me. Stop spinning. All right, now I'm going to put a little bit of navy just on top of the white. Finish it off. As I said, I made a little bit of extra navy. And yeah, I just thought it would be interesting for you guys to you know, see the actual ring being wrung out, layered, I guess, when it pours out. All right, you go off, spin around while I clean my hands, okay? Just sit there for a minute and behave yourself. I'm covered in blue paint. I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee as well. Well, I was trying not to get blue paint all over my cup. It's going cold. Now, I've got my cup, my big jug there. I'm just going to just do this with the navy blue. And that's just to help the paint flow over. It's a thick mix, and when it spins, I want to make sure that my corners are going to be covered. So just a little bit of extra guarantee there, I guess. This is going to be fun. I hope it works. Hope it works. So what did you think of my thickness, my consistency? It's pretty thick, hey? Yeah, it is. Yeah, you get better rings with a thick mix, that's all. Otherwise, if it's too thin, your colours just melt into each other, and you won't see those defined rings at all. So thicker is better. It's probably the same consistency as a blob painting, really. Now, I just lift it up just a touch. Are we focusing? Okay, let's do this. I'm going to stand here and I'm going to hang on to the canvas so it doesn't move, and we're just going to get going. You need to get pretty close to the surface. The paint's coming out in more of a sheet. It's quite wide. If you wanted to, you could change the direction of your hand. Like at the moment I'm going anti-clockwise, but you could, if you wanted to, change halfway through and go clockwise. So if your paint that's coming out of the jug is starting to kind of wiggle a bit, you'll know what I mean when you see it happen. If it's starting to like wiggle, get closer so that you're getting this beautiful fold on top of itself. And you can see the width that's coming out. It's probably a little bit too wide. A spout that gives you a really narrow, thin amount of paint that comes out would probably be better. On my back, you got to stand really still in one position while you're doing this. I do want to support my jug though. Now I'm going to wait, hopefully wait until that white comes out, because it's way on the bottom. I think I might be twisting my jug a bit as I'm holding it, because I'm trying to see what's coming out. You guys probably see if I've got it straight or not, but it's not going to make any difference to the actual ring pour. But I do want to just see if I can get some of that white to come out. Whoops, I don't want it dripping from the side though. I don't know that I'm going to get any actually, because it's really quite thick. So it's really quite thick. Yeah, there's still a bit of paint in there, but it doesn't want to come out. So I'm just worried that the paint might start dripping in from the side of the actual jug. Now there's a little bit of a, what would you call that? A drip, I guess. I'm just going to turn that drip into a little circle there in the middle. with my little skewer. Okay. So, oh, there's a ring there. That's really annoying, that ring light. Turn it off. So what do you think of that? Let's go in and have a look at it. So I've got some white on the right there and more of the dark blue on the left. Got the navy in the middle. It's looking really good. Right, I'm going to pop the tripod back on the table. Okay, we're all set up. While I was up there, I'm thinking to myself, which way am I going to tilt first? But I'm not tilting, am I? No. Oh my gosh, I hope this works. I'm just going to take the paint to the center a little bit. So it's got a little bit more on this side than it has on that side. So let's just center it a little bit. Okay, I'm excited. Wish me luck. What's that? Oh, there's a blob of paint in there. Oh well, it'll be all right. Cross fingers, it'll be all right. Let's go. Ooh. Now I didn't spin that too fast because I wasn't quite sure how fast I needed to spin. You know, because I don't want to lose all my paint off the edge. I've still got those. Wow, look at that, look at that. How pretty is that? Still got my navy corners there. So obviously we need to go again to get rid of those navy corners. Or if you like them, you know, you could possibly mix up a little bit more navy and actually put that on there. Oh, is that a bubble? Are you a bubble? That might be a blob of paint. Let me get my tweezers, hang on. The paint's so thick that if you do have anything in there, it really stands out. It's just a blob of paint. I don't know that I can actually pick it up. We should have just left it. Okay, now I'm just making it worse. I don't know what that is. Anyway, got it. And I think there's one over here as well. Another blob of paint. Okay. All right, let's spin again. Do I want to keep my navy corners? No. For the sake of it, because I do want to spin, let's cover the corners, hey, just to see how it goes. Loving those colours. Would have liked a little bit more white in the centre, but as I said, the paint is so thick that, you know, there's still quite a lot sitting in my jug. And there's something in there. See how that's pulled the paint across? Oh, that's something I wanted to do as well. You know when you're icing a cake and you do this to your lines? I want to do that. I would like to do that. I won't do it on this one. But I would like to do that at some stage. I don't know what it's called. You cake icers might know. In fact, I might do it because I've got a few blobs in here. I don't know. I'm indecisive about what I want to do with it. But you know how you drag, see, it's doing it there almost. You drag it down and then you drag that down and then you drag that down and you make pretty patterns. But let's just finish the spin, go over those corners. Loving these black and white, these stripes here, not black and white. I did make my white thicker this time. Did you see the orange and red and purple one I did? My white was a bit thin and it kind of got lost in the pour, but I love that. Wow. Oh, I can't stop looking at it. Right, let's go. Let's do it again. Oh, that's a lot of paint. Oh, stop. It's hitting my fingers on the push pins underneath. Okay, we're over. Woohoo! Love it. Do you love it? What do you think, guys? What do you think? Now there's that little bit there that went in. That's where that blob was. Love it. Look at that. It's like those wispy areas there into that darkness there. Love that dark contrast there. So pretty. What are you? Oh, another blob of paint. I'm not going to take it out though. Now, what do you think? Should I drag this through? I'm not going. Let me give it a torch, actually. I don't mind these little white dots flying around. I was thinking about doing a galaxy core and actually making a feature of little white dots. I went out and bought a can of white spray paint. And I'm so tempted to use it on this. Just a cheap can of white spray paint. I'd really like to just, you know, spray up like that and let it fall down. But I don't know. Oh, so indecisive because I don't want to ruin it. It's so beautiful. But I do want to try it. What about if I just put a little bit like over in the corner? Oh, it would have to go right on my dark spot, wouldn't it? What do you think? Little galaxy happening there, or did I just ruin it? They're not as big as I thought they would be. Just a little glimmer there, hey? Okay, well, I tried it. Now I still would like to try this, but no. Did I ruin that with the little speckles of white? I didn't really shake it very well. Maybe I need to shake it better to get more white out. I really didn't shake it. Doesn't it say you have to like shake it for 3 minutes or something? Not sure. I wonder if I can spin it a little bit more and get rid of some of that little bit there. What do you think? Let's just go one more time. I can make sure I've gone over all my corners. All right, I'm going to let it hit me on my fingers with the push pins. Look, it's nearly gone. Look, right there, almost. I've lost my white stripes there. I'm going to go again and see if I can get that off, that little bit there. Actually, I can hang on to that. The push pin's underneath. Oh, but I couldn't let go. Oh, look, it's still there. No. That'll do. It's opened it up really nicely. You can see the more you open, the more you sort of spread out, the more space you get between your rings, and you can actually see, look at all that dark paint popping through. We've got a few little white cells there. Now that's just natural cells from you know, the paint densities and things like that. Let me just move that there. I'm just going to run my little tool underneath just to catch the drips, and then I will take you down for a close-up. Wow, I love that. I was going to walk around and do the other side. Stuffer. I can just turn it. Oh, I'm such a duffer. All right, there we go. What do you think? Wow, I just love that. And you know I love blues. I will have to experiment with the white spray though. I don't know whether or not that was a good idea. I think probably flicking silicone onto it would maybe be better, because then I'd end up with these little guys, and they kind of look like little planets or stars or something in the solar system. What about if I do that? Hey, let's try it. Why not? Got some spot on treadmill silicone. I'm just going to I'm just going to, off camera, I'm just going to put it over here just so that I don't get it all over. A little bit on my finger. I'm just going to rub my fingers together. I'm just going to go, I'm going to flick it like that. Did it do anything? Oh yeah, there's a few little blue ones popping up. Let's flick again. I didn't have very much on my fingers at all. A little bit more on. Don't know that we'll get much of a reaction because the paint is so thick. And you guys that have been watching me with flip cups and things, you know that the thicker your paint, the less likely you are to get cells. So where it hit, I've got a few little spots. I'll bring you down for a close-up and you can look at those little speckles there. My hands are covered in paint. Right, shut up woman talking and let's get you down and have a look, hey? Let's see what you think. It looks much darker in reality. It always looks different through the camera, doesn't it? Oh, it's just about to fall over. Let me turn my light off. Okay. Oh, now that's more of the true colour. So pretty. I never know whether or not you guys like the lights on. Oh, that's too bright. It's too bright. Oh, I can't get back to the colour that I had it before. True colour. Hang on. Okay, so let's go and have a little look here. Oh, the closer I get, it's getting a little bit glary, but there's our little galaxy happening there. What do you think? That was the spray paint and a few little flicks of silicone. Does kind of look a bit galactic there, doesn't it? These rings are just amazing. We won't look at you in the corner, no, where you had a blob. But you can see what I mean about having the thick paint. The lines or the rings stay separate because your mix is so thick. And then we go around here onto the lighter side. Oh, sorry about that overhead light. Look at that, look at the white. Look how the white goes into the light blue on the right and the dark blue on the left. It's just fascinating, fascinating. And then that middle there, whoa, changing colours. Why are we changing colours? Stay blue, don't go turquoise. I get close up and it changes colours. But yeah, look at those strips there. Just wanting to change colours again as I'm getting closer. It is a true dark, it really is a dark blue. This is going to look amazing. Oh, look at the shine there, look at that. See that, look at them glisten there, the little speckles under the light. Ooh, look at that. Once I've given it a gloss varnish, it will come up really, really pretty. Okay. Well, there we go, back to normal colour. Phew. So there we go. That was so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learnt something. I can't get rid of that strip of light there. Hope you guys learnt something about your consistency of your paint. Yeah, if you're unsure, make it a bit thicker. That's all I can say. Thicker is better, but just practice. You guys will get there in the end. I'm sure of it. I just love this one. Oh no, that's bad light there. Turn off my overhead lights. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Maybe I can do a little one and then drag my tool through to make those little, you know, decorations on cakes that we see. All right, I'll leave it there. Thank you all so much for watching. Love you all. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.